Hey everyone, welcome to Mobile Beat Magazine's The Fiscal Frontier. I'm DJ Mikey D, and today we're tackling a number so big it makes my head spin. I'm talking about the U.S. national debt hurtling toward $40 trillion. Yeah, you heard me right, $40 trillion. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mikey, that's just a number on a screen in Manhattan. But let me tell you, this isn't just some abstract figure. This is an economic experiment that's happening right now, and it's going to affect your wallet, your savings, and honestly, the whole American dream. Here's the thing. We humans are terrible at grasping big numbers. I mean, can you actually picture $1 million? Maybe. $1 billion? Nope. $1 trillion? Forget about it. So let's break this down in a way that makes sense. Imagine you're spending $1 every single second. Just $1, tick-tock, tick-tock. After about 12 days, you'd have spent $1 million. Sounds doable, right? Well, keep going. To hit $1 trillion at that rate, you'd need 31,700 years. That's longer than recorded human history. But we're not stopping at $1 trillion. We're talking $40 trillion. That means you'd have to start spending that dollar per second about 1.2 million years ago. That's before humans even existed as we know them. It's absolutely wild when you put it in perspective. And here's another mind bender. If you stacked $100 bills, $1 trillion would reach 678 miles high. That's already in the exosphere, basically the edge of space. Now multiply that by 40. You'd be 27,000 miles up, more than 1/10 of the way to the moon. We're literally building a ladder of cash to the stars, except it's not cash we have. It's cash we owe. Okay, so the scale is insane, but here's where it gets real. The immediate danger isn't the $40 trillion principal, it's the interest. As the Fed hikes rates to fight inflation, the cost of servicing that debt balloons. Right now, the government spends more on interest payments than the entire Department of Defense budget. Let that sink in. We're paying more to borrow money than we are to defend the nation. At $40 trillion, we're risking something called a fiscal death spiral. That's when you're borrowing money just to pay the interest on what you already owe. It's like maxing out your credit card and then taking out a payday loan to cover the minimum payment. It doesn't end well. So how does the government get out of this? One word, inflation. By printing more money, the value of each dollar drops. That's a hidden tax on your savings. You think you're doing fine, but your purchasing power is quietly eroding. Groceries cost more, gas costs more, rent costs more, and nobody's sending you a bill. It just happens. Mathematical reality says the gap has to close eventually. That means higher taxes, especially for the middle class, and fewer public services. More of the budget goes to debt maintenance, which means less for roads, schools, and infrastructure. The government's borrowing also crowds out private investment. When Uncle Sam sucks up all the available lending capital, interest rates for mortgages and small business loans stay high. Good luck buying that first home or launching that startup. We are effectively mortgaging our grandchildren's prosperity to pay for today's consumption. That's not a political statement. That's just math. And it's a heavy burden to pass down. Now, let's talk about Social Security and Medicare. For decades, these programs have been the bedrock of American retirement. But as the debt climbs, they're facing a solvency crunch. Future retirees might see the retirement age creep up or monthly checks shrink. Wealthier folks could even be excluded from programs they paid into their whole lives. That changes the social contract entirely. When $1 trillion goes to interest payments, it doesn't go to fixing bridges, upgrading the power grid, or modernizing schools. We're talking about deferred maintenance on the country itself. The infrastructure we rely on is aging, and the money to fix it is being redirected to debt service. So what do you do in an era of $40 trillion debt? Sitting on cash might be the riskiest move of all. Inflation eats away at it. You need to think strategically. Hard assets like real estate and gold have historically held value during inflationary periods. Diversified equities, stocks, and solid companies can grow with the economy. Inflation-protected securities, or TIPS, adjust with inflation. And global diversification means you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Look, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't investment advice, but the principle stands: you've got to be smarter than the macro economy. The era of easy money is ending. For everyday Americans, that means a new level of financial literacy and personal responsibility. You can't just set it and forget it anymore. The macro economy is going to face turbulence. But individuals who understand how debt, inflation, and interest work can navigate the coming decades with resilience. The debt is a collective burden, but your financial future is still in your hands. Let me leave you with this. $40 trillion sounds like a doomsday number, but it's also a wake-up call. It's telling us that the rules have changed. The old playbook, save cash, buy bonds, wait for retirement, might not cut it. You've got to adapt. And honestly, that's not all bad. It forces us to be more engaged, more informed, and more intentional about our money. The American dream isn't dead. It's just evolving, and those who evolve with it will be just fine. All right, that's all for today's episode of The Fiscal Frontier. I'm DJ Mikey D, reminding you to stay sharp, stay informed, and keep your eyes on the numbers that matter. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Oh, and one more thing. If you enjoyed this, share it with a friend, because trust me, they need to hear this too. Take care, folks. Peace out. For more great content that matters to your pockets, visit mobilebeatmagazine.com or head on over to our radio show, greatdayradio.net, and leave a comment or dedicate a song. Speaking of grassroots, want to take control of your local economy? Check out the all-new Great Day Radio Marketplace. It's your go spot for classified ads, job postings, automotive listings, and local events. Looking to hire, sell your car, or promote a community fair? Head over to greatdayradiomarketplace.com and post your listing today. Support local, stay connected, and make every day a great day.